I'm not interested in the third fight for a couple different reasons. Number one, he has to defend that 145-pound title or walk away from it. You know what I mean? Number one. Number two, let's be real. Nate Diaz stepped up, and it was fucking huge, and I have so much respect for him and Conor for both doing it, and it was such a fun fight. They both wanted to do it again and everything else. It's all great. But we have weight classes for a reason here. Yeah. And Conor is such a fucking super talented athlete, right? You can only have so many of those wars in your career, man. Yeah. You know, when he's at his right weight, the guy is awesome. He's super talented. I want to see him fight all the best in the world at his weight, not 30 pounds heavier.
Immediately after my fight, I got a call to fight like 4 weeks later with Khabib, and it wasn't really. I'm like, hey, I just got home, so can you let me chill for a second? I had a 4-month training camp, and I didn't see my wife and kids for a while, so it's something I wasn't interested in fighting 4 weeks later after I just fought. So that was the only last time I talked to them, and since then, it's really been kind of quiet. I think I got a call to fight like August 20 or August 27 or something like that, like 4 or 5 week turnover, and I just don't do that kind of stuff. I never have, never will. I kind of dump my heart and soul into my training camps, and by the time I fight, I've always taken a decent amount of time to give back to my wife and kids before I go back into a training camp deep again. I just don't do things that way. I never did things that way. Some guys do that, like Cowboy and stuff, and them guys I respect. For me, it was like a no before it was even asked, so.
But I'm thinking maybe we do Anthony Johnson versus John Jones to see who gets to fight Daniel Cormier.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Or is that the last thing you want to hear if you're John Jones? You got to go through Anthony Johnson. What a shitty piece of news for John Jones to hear. How's he doing, man? What's any updates on John?
I haven't talked to John, but the guy's got 13 lives, man. It's looking good for him. I think he's got a deal with Nevada right now, and this thing that went down. And again, I can't say a lot about it,
sure,
because it's not my place. But
yes.
We'll see how this thing plays out. But it's looking good for him.
I felt I should have got the instant rematch when I went and met with Dana and Lorenzo and Sean Shelby, them all telling me that they thought I won that fight. Sitting there telling me to my face that I should still have the belt and that I beat Dominic Cruz. So I figured for sure I'd get an instant rematch. When that didn't happen, I knew I had a tough feat ahead of me of beating Rafael Sensao. Went out there, did my job. So I just don't think there's any way of them denying me that fight. And if they do, it's a straight up robbery, and this is not even a sport anymore. You know what I mean? If they don't give me that title fight and they skip me and they give it to someone else, this is turning into more of the entertainment factor drama than it is an actual sport.
I've got to talk about what's next. There's a lot of options. Some might not be this sport, so we'll see.
This is his genius, Gomez. This is part of what makes him so special. After the press conference, he remained completely non-committal and literally left every single option on the table. He said there's lots of options. He even said some may not be in this sport. I don't think he ever fights at 145 again. I think that weight cut is too much. I think he's like, not that there's not fights and challenges out there for him, but for just Conor McGregor specifically, how do you one up? How do you do better than knocking out the former champion in 13 seconds in Jose Aldo? Like how do you've maxed out. You've done it all. Like that's like banging Megan Fox in high school. Like you're never going to be able to beat that for the rest of your life. You've maxed it out. It sounds like Eddie Alvarez, at least on Twitter and other interviews he's doing, he says, screw Conor McGregor, I'm over it. These guys can't fight me. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's not interested or what. Then there's my favorite one, and that's a mixed martial arts UFC bout with boxer Amir Khan. Amir Khan tweeted after the fight, amazing fight at the Notorious MMA, showed true heart/balls and guts. Well done, have a good rest. See you soon. Call me, we need to talk. Winky face emoji. But I love Amir Khan fighting Conor McGregor for several reasons. One, it's the first time a prime boxer fights a prime mixed martial artist in MMA. It'd be the very first time. Don't give me this James Toney crap. He didn't train for 5 minutes for mixed martial arts. Two, this is the very first time it makes financial sense for a pay-per-view type draw boxer to fight in MMA. Very first time. There's an argument to be made that Conor McGregor is the biggest pay-per-view draw in all of combat sports right now. With Pacquiao kind of teetering, Mayweather retired, Canelo needs bigger fights to be a huge pay-per-view draw. There's an argument to be made that it's Conor. And thirdly, Amir's the guy that's just crazy enough to do it. He does not have a bigger money fight right now than Conor McGregor. He's trained MMA before. He owns a stock in the Super Fight League, the Indian promotion of MMA. I want to see Conor McGregor, Amir Khan in the UFC. I think that's the type of fight that Conor loves because there's such high upside, very low downside.